In the vibrant, ever-changing landscape of 19th-century Barcelona, Ramon Casas and Carbó emerged as a beacon of artistic brilliance. Born on January 4th, 1866, Casas grew up in a well-to-do family, with his father's fortune amassed in Cuba and his mother hailing from an affluent Catalan lineage. From a young age, Casas exhibited a passion for art that set him apart, and by 1877 he had forsaken the conventional path of formal education to apprentice under Joan Vikens. By the age of 15, Casas had co-founded the magazine L'Avance, showcasing his talent with a sketch of the Saint-Benet cloister. His artistic journey soon led him to Paris, a city that would profoundly shape his career. There, Casas studied under Carolus Duran and Gervex, and contributed as a correspondent for L'Avance. His self-portrait as a flamenco dancer exhibited at the Salon des Champs-Élysées earned him a place in the Société d'Artistes Françaises. Casas spent his early years oscillating between Paris and Spain, immersing himself in the artistic communities and drawing inspiration from the bustling life around him. His 1886 masterpiece, depicting the throng at a Madrid bullfight, marked the beginning of his fascination with crowd scenes, a theme that would recur in his work. He formed a close bond with fellow artist Santiago Rusiñol, with whom he travelled and collaborated frequently. Their adventures took them through Catalonia, and their time together at the Moulin de la Galette in Montmartre became legendary. Casas's association with influential artists like Eugène Carrière and Pierre Puvis de Chavannes enriched his style, blending academic rigour with the burgeoning French Impressionist movement. In 1897, Casas co-founded Els Quatre Gars, a bar modelled after Paris's Le Chat Noir, which became the epicentre of the modernista art movement in Barcelona. This bohemian haven hosted tertulias and exhibitions. Casas's contributions to the bar's artistic and literary endeavours were substantial, from designing posters to producing artwork that captured the spirit of modernism. As the 20th century dawned, Casas's fame soared. His works were exhibited across Europe and the Americas, and he became a sought-after portraitist. His depiction of an execution, Garrotte Ville, won acclaim in Munich, while his paintings adorned prestigious venues like the Cercle de Liceu in Barcelona. In 1906, Casas met Julia Pereire, a young model who became his muse and later his wife. Despite societal disapproval, their relationship flourished, and Julia featured prominently in many of his works. Casas's mother's acquisition of the Saint-Benet monastery in 1907 provided him with a serene retreat, where he frequently painted. A pivotal figure in the modernist movement, Casas's later years saw him exploring new horizons, both geographically and artistically. He travelled extensively, capturing the essence of places like Madrid, Vienna, and the United States. His friendship with the American collector Charles Deering led to significant commissions and further travels. Of particular interest is after his successes and years of study and work in France, then returning home to Spain, he wanted to see America and expand his awareness of the artistic scene and growing affluence happening in the arts. He embarked on this momentous journey to America in 1890. The trip had a profound impact on his artistic development and career. Casas left Barcelona and travelled to America with his friend and fellow artist, Santiago Rusiñol. They arrived in New York, which served as their primary base during their stay. While in America, Casas visited several cities, including New York, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. He was particularly interested in the bustling urban environments and the modernity of American cities, which contrasted sharply with the more traditional European settings he was accustomed to. The exposure to American culture and its art scene had a noticeable impact on Casas's style. He became more interested in contemporary themes and the dynamism of modern life, which started to be reflected in his paintings. This period also reinforced his inclination towards realism and naturalism. Casas's American journey is often cited as a pivotal moment in his career, marking a transition towards a more mature and innovative phase in his art. His works from this period onward display a greater sophistication and a more nuanced understanding of contemporary life, influenced by his transatlantic experiences. Returning home, Casas became ever more influential, and in 1897, Ramon Casas co-founded the famous café, an artistic gathering place, Els Quatre Gars, in Barcelona, along with friends Pere Romeu, Santiago Rusiñol, and Miquel Utrillo. It became a hub for artists, writers, and intellectuals, and played a crucial role in the cultural life of Barcelona. Casas's involvement with Els Quatre Gars not only cemented his position in the contemporary movement, but also provided a venue for his work to reach a broader audience. Casas created posters, advertisements, and illustrations for the café, showcasing his talent in graphic arts. His posters, characterized by their bold compositions and stylish designs, became iconic examples of the new art visual culture. The early 1900s saw Casas continue to innovate and produce significant works. His paintings from this period often depicted scenes of everyday life with a modernist sensibility. He experimented with different techniques and styles, reflecting his continuous search for artistic expression during these years, visiting cities such as Madrid, Granada, and Munich. These travels further enriched his artistic vision and broadened his horizons. His ability to capture the essence of different places and people is evident in his diverse body of work from this period. In 1907, Ramon Casas purchased the monastery of Saint-Benet de Bargue, a medieval Benedictine monastery located near the town of Sant Fruitós de Bages, Catalonia. The monastery, dating back to the 10th century, had fallen into disrepair by the time Casas acquired it. He undertook extensive restoration work on the monastery, transforming it into a residence and a personal retreat for his pictures. His efforts were focused on preserving the historical integrity of the structure while making it suitable for contemporary use. The restoration was meticulous, involving the renovation of the cloister, the church, and other monastic buildings. Casas's aim was to respect the original architectural elements while enhancing the overall aesthetic and functional aspects. During his later years, Casas produced genre scenes that depicted everyday life in Barcelona. These works often showcase the city's vibrant cultural life and the interactions of its inhabitants. Throughout these years, Casas continued to exhibit his work both in Spain and internationally. He maintained a significant presence in the art world, and his contributions to refining and defining art were widely recognized. He remained active as an illustrator, contributing to magazines and publications, where he retained a sharp, often satirical edge, commenting on contemporary social and political issues of the times. One of his notable works from this period includes his contributions to the decoration of the Casa de la Caritat, a charitable institution in Barcelona. His murals and paintings for this project are significant examples of his later work. Ramon Casas's influence on Catalan art and the broader Spanish art scene remained substantial throughout his later years. His style and approach continued to inspire younger generations of artists. By the 1920s, Casas had fallen far away from the avant-gardist tendencies of his youth. If anything, his work from this period looks like that of an academic painter of an earlier time than his work of the 1890s. This is especially interesting because experimentation alone in the end gains very little, and wisely. Casas drew back on his solid skills and training as a craftsman and designer, where draftsmanship still reigns supreme. Ramon Casas passed away in 1932, leaving behind a legacy as one of the foremost figures of Catalan art. His works remain celebrated for their technical excellence, emotional depth, and witty social commentary. Posthumously, his contributions have been honoured through numerous exhibitions and retrospectives, ensuring his place in the annals of Spanish and European art, with a growing interest among today's painters. So with that, we hope you enjoyed this look at a brilliant talent and inspiring artist with very individualist skills. If you would remember to subscribe and add a like, as it helps the channel. So, until next time, it's bye for now.